Hey Nancy Drew fans, we're back for book 52, The Secret of the Forgotten City. On page 1, Ned shows up at Nancy's front door with a surprise. He'd like for her and the gang to come with some Emerson College students on an archaeological dig in Nevada looking for gold buried deep underground. Next, another unexpected guest arrives, an Indian woman named Mrs. Wabash, who has brought 7 priceless stone tablets to River Heights because a museum curator told her that 18-year-old Nancy was clever at codes. A bad guy who calls himself Fleetfoot Joe quickly connects the two mysteries by stealing all but one of the stone tablets, dog-napping Togo, and then calling Nancy, giving a very detailed warning that basically leads her to Nevada. The plot overall is pretty flimsy and seems like an excuse for another book about an archaeological dig, now the third of this type in the series. This book's dig is particularly ridiculous. The Emerson College students, all total amateurs, are accompanied by one professor who lets them break into small groups, wander around the desert, dig wherever they want, completely unsupervised and with no instruction. Even Nancy's usually conscientious group doesn't take any care with the artifacts. Dave said, "I have an idea. Tonight the whole camp is to have a meeting around a campfire. How about our putting on a spook show?" He outlined his plan. "We'll all stay in the background, then just as the meeting finishes, we'll make queer sounds. Bert, wrapped in a blanket, will come in, holding the skeleton and making it dance." The book does have a couple of redeeming features. First, I like how several members of the gang get to show off skills we haven't seen before. George expertly handles a snake about to attack Nancy, bravely scooping it up and insisting that they take it out to the desert to its natural habitat. Dave makes up all these funny rhymes and songs that are kind of dumb, but also really lighten the mood. Ned, Bert, and Dave use their football talent to take on 10 attackers. George wants to jump in with her judo, but Nancy holds her back. Nancy uses her artistic skill and attention to detail to make an exact replica of one of the tablets covered in petroglyphs, and later she's able to completely decipher the ancient code. The strangest example, but kind of a fun scene, is when Nancy jumps in to stop an escalating dispute in the Nevada desert with some Spanish speakers out looking for gold. The group of swarthy men were waving their arms wildly, indicating that the newcomers were to leave at once. When no compromise seemed to be near, Nancy walked up to Professor McGuire. "I've traveled in Mexico a good bit," she said, "and picked up some of the dialects. Perhaps I can translate what these men are saying." Nancy spoke to the men in the vernacular of the Spanish-speaking province from which she thought they had come. At once they quieted down and listened. Bess is the only one who doesn't get a moment to shine, and making fun of Bess moments abound. There was a large refrigerated car with so much food in it that Bess's eyes bulged. George teased her, "Watch that waistline, cousin. But then, if you work hard enough, maybe you won't put on any more pounds." Bess made a face but said nothing. She had a continuous battle with the problem of gaining weight. Furthermore, there was no advice that helped, and each time she began a diet, her friends teased her. The few mentions of food come early, courtesy of Hannah. She serves a snack of cool drinks with pieces of nut-covered sponge cake, and a dinner of Ned's favorite hot pepper salad with a dessert of apple snow pudding with raspberry sauce. Nancy and the gang again make multiple huge archaeological discoveries, but this time Nancy decides she has her own reward. Nancy smiled. "Let's just say that if we can be of use to our country by uncovering the secrets of the past, that will be a great big reward for us." Next up, the Sky Phantom.